Really, it is very significant to be here outside of the Javits Center, where 10 months ago, at the start of this pandemic, it was the site that was handling so much of the surge that we saw in our hospitals from COVID-19. Now it's part of our road to recovery. But you mentioned it. That supply chain is very significant. Yes, the Javits Center can take in thousands upon thousands of New Yorkers to get vaccinated. But if the supply doesn't exist, that is a real problem. That's why the state and city are begging federal government to release more vaccines as quickly as possible. Inside what's believed to be the largest mass vaccination site in the country, 10,000 New Yorkers could be vaccinated in a 12-hour period. Instead, only 1,000 or so will be protected from the coronavirus today alone.
We consider this a wartime mobilization, in that lives are on the line every minute of every day.
Lives are on the line, but the COVID-19 vaccine supply chain is simply not enough at the moment. The state's health commissioner, Howard Zucker, saying only 300 to 350,000 doses are received a week. That number far too low to inject the more than 7 million who are now eligible to receive the shot.
To win this battle against COVID-19, we need between 70% and 90% of the population to take the vaccine.
Even with the normal supplies that we expect to have delivered next week, we will run out of vaccine at some point next week unless we get a major new resupply.
Complicating the fight against the coronavirus is what's known as the UK variant, a much more infectious mutation of the virus. 12 cases now confirmed in New York State, 2 in New York City, both said to have contracted the virus from travel to the UK.
There should be an immediate travel ban from the United Kingdom to the United States.
According to the mayor, 28,599 New Yorkers were inoculated Tuesday, and so far 24 mega vaccination sites are already up and running, with more being added daily. Soon, with one even at Yankee Stadium, who joins Citi Field in the vaccine rollout. By the weekend, all 5 boroughs are expected to have hubs up and running. So here is something that we continue to see as the vaccine rollout process continues. Folks continuing to show up at many of these vaccination sites without appointments. You will not receive a vaccine without one. There are 2 web portals, one from the state, one from the city, that you can check on to make sure that you get that appointment. There are also 2 hotlines for anyone that does not feel comfortable logging onto a website. Those hotlines, I should mention, I tested one of them, the state one, just minutes ago. They say because of the influx of calls, they could not handle that call at the particular moment. But I have been giving the very same advice to my own family members. Keep trying, and many have eventually been getting through to get those appointments. So the urging from the state and advice from the state really is to be patient as they continue to get as many New Yorkers appointments as possible. Again, the supply chain very much of top concern, and why the city and state are begging federal health officials to get those vaccinations out sooner rather than later. We're reporting live from outside of the Javits Center. I'm Noreen Chaudhary, Pix 11 News.